As the principal of this school, I feel it is incumbent on me to extend the depth, value and authenticity of education in this institution. My view on education as a dynamic and changing field in an increasingly distinguishable, diverse and developing world will add further motives for a project-based learning centre within our school. Further to the comments made by representatives from our school and community cohort, I will present advices that address the need for a more intuitive, innovative and accountable pedagogical approach that not only covers the diverse learning needs of our students, but also encourages them to extend their learning beyond what traditional pedagogies inspire. According to Colligan, the largest minority group in the world today are those people who experience disability. There are many different forms of educational and social disability within schools and communities throughout Australia. Colligan also believes that even though the Australian Government supports inclusive education through various policies, conventions and strategies, the needs of students who experience disability within the education system are still not being met. Within the disabled cohort, there is a further marginalised group who show dual exceptionality, meaning they exhibit remarkable talents in one learning area and disabling weaknesses in another. These students are commonly overlooked as having a special talent or gift. There are a range of disabilities that impede students' progress, including students who experience difficulties with literacy-based traditional pedagogies, but who are in fact very talented. For students who show dual exceptionality, also referred to as twice giftedness, pedagogies that include a STEM-based curriculum, such as project-based learning, allow for a more flexible, broad and diverse approach to learning the content. As mentioned previously, there are many policies and practices outlining the right of all disabled people to a full and equal education void of discrimination or exclusion. This is best represented for students in an educational setting through Article 24 of the United Nations Conventions on the Right of Persons with a Disability. Whilst the article guides the policy towards inclusion, equal opportunity and the absence of discrimination, there is no clear-cut or defining practices for how this may be implemented. Moreover, the Disability Discrimination Act, which was implemented nationally in 1992, provides legislation that prohibits institutions and the educators within them from denying access, excluding participation or harassing students with disabilities. Colligan points out that being physically present and given equal opportunities void of harassment or discrimination is only the beginning. Being able to recognise subtle disabilities that can impede a student's education and provide inclusive learning environments void of deficit discourse seems a more appropriate theme for building positive and meaningful approaches to developing teaching practices for marginalised students. Whilst the policies and practices supported by the Australian Government are shaped with good intentions for disabled students, I believe using more rounded, practical and self-guided pedagogies will support the inclusion of disabled students in a more holistic way. The foundation of teaching for young Australians in the 21st century lies in the development of education strategies that enhance literacy and numeracy by incorporating them into programs that focus on cross-disciplinary, critical and creative thinking, problem solving and information and communication technology. These skills lie at the core of the National Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, or STEM, school education strategy. The development of a STEM-based curriculum is inclusive for developers and students alike, as it evolves through the collaboration of schools and their associated systems, universities, business and industry. There seems to be a twofold benefit to STEM, as students can progress their skills in a creative thinking and problem solving, whilst enhancing cross-disciplinary learning in areas such as design and technology, literacy and arts. Moreover, these students are more sought after by industry in the 21st century. Project-based learning, or PBL, is a pedagogy that fits the STEM model. It is student-centred and it is more engaging for students. PBL is where students get hands-on with concepts that have relevance to them and both their local and global communities. More time in class will be spent discussing, planning and implementing the ideas and research that the students have developed. Bell suggests that when using PBL, students use their knowledge to work collaboratively and drive their own learning. They become better communicators, more advanced problem solvers, and acquire new skills in viable technologies. The teacher's role in the PBL classroom is to facilitate the students into self-management strategies rather than to instruct and organise. According to Solomon, this encourages the students to decide which methods of approach to apply to a problem or to a project. The implementation of PBL can occur in any classroom. However, with better facilities that incorporate the latest ICT and science-based learning resources, teachers will be better equipped and more willing to provide the best learning environment possible for their students. A purpose-built facility that is dedicated to PBL, coupled with a STEM-based curriculum model, would benefit the school, the teachers, the students and industry, and provide opportunities for current leading-edge education that could be used to showcase our school to both the local and wider communities.